you've also got advantages of how you can hold sites and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
that's very true. And we're actually going in live server right now as we get the knife for side underway here on Inferno. So we'll see how they go. I wonder if Ribson is going to... I wonder if he'll go big again and give us another 3 now. That would be a nice thing to see, another 3-1 clutch in a knife. And Luigi's going to grab the opening stabby stab right now, and they're going to be going. And Wizard's finding himself in a bit of a chase here, 2 versus 1. On the other side of the map, his mate Dance has grabbed one, and kind of Direwolves. This is going to be very interesting if they come face to face. Roche is going to grab one, and this is going the way of yesDAD, or unless Dance has nothing to say. Unfortunately, he grabs one, but that's going to be to the boys from yesDAD. So good. Good work there.
Yeah, there was no Ribson magic.
They have swapped to their CT side. So we're about to go live here for round number 2. Direwolves getting their campaign underway, looking to make ACL Melbourne. They had a disappointing showing in ACL Sydney. So for them, this is kind of a bit about redemption, you would say. They'd want to get back and have a better showing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think at all points, you want to be competitive. You want to give a good showing at any competition, particularly qualifiers.
Yep.
You really want to prove yourself.
Yeah, that's. I think that'll be interesting to see whether or not they'll take that mindset into this one. They are playing very well on the online competitions at the moment, as the T's are moving closer onto the A bomb side at the moment, and they're going to be pushing.
Looks like they're
themselves.
going to come Speedway.
Yeah, they're coming. They're trying to do this counterplay.
But this is. I was getting a bit worried about sort of Luigi's position, but this is perfect for him.
Yeah, and he's picked up the opening frag. He's looking for a double. Actually does get it. He picks up Dan. Very good work from him. Looking for any more. Can't get it because Blackout will grab the return frag. It is now 3 for a 1 trade here. We're currently following Roche as he's making his way around. Blue Wow will grab one.
yesDAD.
But yesDAD actually picking up the first round here. Now, that's a very good start for them. But Parla, what do you reckon we should be expecting as maybe a score line here? As we did say, CT sided. What do you reckon? 9-6, 10-5. How big do you reckon that gap should be come halftime?
Look, I think Direwolves are an incredibly strong team.
Yep.
And my initial reaction, if I hadn't have seen the previous match, my initial reaction is that Direwolves would probably win this half, even starting T side.
Right.
So they'd still win it. It'd be close, maybe 8-7, 9-6, something like that.
Yep.
But they would still win it. But given yesDAD's showing in the previous match, I think this team has a very good chance of really sort of causing some troubles for Direwolves. So I wouldn't be surprised if they utilize their CT side and they take the advantage. 9-6, 10-5.
Something very interesting to note is that Direwolves don't actually have Sicko in their lineup at the moment. He's subbing out. They've got their sub in of HK, and Sicko is arguably one of their strongest riflers in the side.
That's definitely
as well.
true.
So that could be something that maybe plays against them a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, the other 4 guys, they're pretty much standard roster: Blackout, Ribs, and Wizard and Dance. We actually haven't gone through the team lists. So that is the starting lineup. Blackout, HK, Ribson, Wizard, and Dance are your Direwolves. And on the other side for yesDAD, Jay Burkill, Blue Wow Roche, and Luigi FDW. And once again, the Terrorists now working Nana side, trying to come up in towards this B bomb side. They get the opening 2 frags. Dance and Wizard going pretty large there. That bomb is ticking away, however. And the boys from the Direwolves trying to get their first round of the way. This is a great round for them. Ribson will actually grab the next kill as well. 2 men remaining, Jay and Blue Wow. Jay's, though, he's getting binked down very hard, down to 9 HP. Blue Wow also himself is not looking healthy, and they both get dropped down. Wizard too quick with that MP7. First round of Direwolves. Interesting thing to note there, Parla, though, they had the aggressive SMG buy, even though they didn't win the first round, which is something you don't normally see as a terror site.
Well, what they had a series of Tech 9s, and I think if they didn't have all Tech 9s, I think they only had 1 SMG.
Right. Okay.
And so it was a Tech 9 armor, and this is what we're seeing more and more. This is the meta at the moment. Second round, you've lost first round. That doesn't matter. You buy up armor, you get your stronger pistols, and you try and play aggression. And that's what they did.
Oh, HK, the 3 down at Nana just annihilates yesDAD's players. And yeah, brutal is the only word there, and knocks them down. Direwolves actually grabbed their second round in a row. So yesDAD picked up the first round. They're going to be forced onto the eco here in round number 4. And look, that is a bit, I guess you can say, the risk of that opening strategy. You know, if you do lose the next 2, you do actually put yourself down.
Yeah.
So you don't lose too much from rounds.
Yeah.
But, you know, is a little bit of a disadvantage. As they come pushing up mid now, I should say, Direwolves, though, looking to keep pushing this A-side aggression. They push jungle side. Wizard grabs the first kill. Are they actually going to go speed way, or are they going to go A? No, they're coming on this A bomb site right now. Dans grabs one. Jay from apartments. He grabs one as well before being dropped down by HK. It is a 4 versus 2 now. Burkill from underneath of the Diggity. And will grab down Wizard and HK. Finish off the round very strong. 1 kill apiece. Direwolves looking very strong now. Looking a bit comfortable. Just maybe had to work out a couple of webs in the first round. But here comes the buy-up parlor. And yesDAD. You'd think now this should help their strengths a bit. Seeing the last match, they were very strong with the rifles.
Yeah, you'd hope so. I mean, Luigi, he's got a sharp AWP on him. And so I'd be interested to see what they kind of do with that. I'm not sure 100% what position he's playing. It looks like he's playing B side. So potentially we'll see him float around, but we might actually have a B side AWP.
Yeah.
Could be interesting. Not this round, obviously.
Yeah, no. I think it may be next round. You know, given if Direwolves actually take this round out, that'll be very interesting. The bomb is being dropped at the mid stairs. Kind of a standard, kind of a pick situation here that Direwolves do. They do like to do this on Inferno. They'll send 2 up Nana. They send 2 up mid, try to get an opening pick. If they can't, they will come towards this B site. Now, I'm not surprised if Direwolves will launch nades over the top and rotate backwards. They have been known to do it. They are setting up 4 men there, so they possibly could push this if they want. But they are very much fans of trying to cause the over-rotation from the CTs.
Definitely.
And going away.
Well, that's the beauty of this map, I think, is that it's such a strong rotate map.
Yeah.
But they've rushed through. They're going through con, it looks like.
Yeah, they have actually pushed in though. They've decided to go for it, but they've pushed in, smoked up well, and now going through construction, looking for the opening frags. Luigi from behind the barrels on site grabs one. There's the defensive molly trying to force out the CTs. Now, the boys from Direwolves getting to work. Wizard with the big double. Roche will get the response kill. It's a 2 versus 3 and make that a 3 versus 1 as Roche picks up HK. Wizard, the last man remaining. He gets dropped down. Roche will grab the kill. Second round to yesDAD. Well done to the boys from yesDAD, but the bomb is planted from Direwolves. That should give them enough money as well to buy up next round. But yesDAD, this is a good showing. This is a good start from them. The Direwolves arguably are... They're undefeated on the ESEA ladder at the moment. They are, they obviously aren't indestructible, as was proven at ACL Sydney. But yesDAD need to make sure they don't let Direwolves get away. If they do, the momentum is very hard to stop.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the moment what Direwolves are doing is just playing their normal game. They're just going for their split picks, and then they're going to hit a site kind of later on in the half. But what yesDAD did brilliantly then was not panic about the smokes. They played in the smokes. They played around them. They didn't kind of change their positions too much. They didn't freak out when they started going CT and wrapping to con. They just played solidly and quite calmly and were able to then pick up 2 kills. So it was a 3v5. And it was only because they'd sort of allowed them to get that kind of positioning that it ended up being a 3v2. But still, nonetheless, it was a really well kind of held site by yesDAD.
It was really interesting to see Luigi, though, at the back of sight behind barrels. Actually, he didn't change his position, but he changed the angle to look at con.
Yeah.
And rather than freaking out, he just goes, we'll just look at con, try and get that opening frag. But the opening of this round goes to HK. Great work with that. AWP picks up Blue out as he got boosted up. Roche, though, from jungle side, picks up Wizard and HK. Drops them both down, and he will... And that's very good work.
Huge
he rotates...
Flick.
Yeah, he rotates...
Transferred that.
And he's now going to be looking Diggity side of this bomb site. The bomb is still going. However, jungle side, Dan whiffs that shot. Luigi makes him pay. He does get the binkage, and he picks up the bomb. This is Ribson. He's now spotted one going graveyard. Can he get the shot? No, he can't. Roche will grab the kill. And just like that, they have locked up the kills. The rounds at 3 apiece once again. The boys from Direwolves do have the money, so they're going to buy up once again, so that's good for them. But I think some interesting things to note is it's very frag heavy at the moment, Parla. There's a lot of, even if these sides are getting the round wins, at least 3 people from each side are dropping down, which is causing this the economy to be low on both sides. Not too low, but still for the lower end.
Always whiffed that a little bit there, Luigi. No, I think you're totally right. Like it seems to be very conflict based. You know, like they're not waiting out these rounds very much. They're coming in, they're getting kills, and they're getting trades as well, which is very good. Both teams they're maintaining their trading habits. So for a spam over the top of that smoke. Yeah. If we can get the kill, unfortunately. But yeah, so they're trying different things. But so far, yesDAD impressive in the way that they've been able to hold these sites.
Yeah, they're actually doing very well. I mean, that's what we said. They got rifles in their hand. Now they're maybe a bit more confident. Direwolves did capitalize on the fact that they were on an eco. But yesDAD now showing the defensive strengths of Inferno. That is, like, they are able to hold these lines. Roche will pop out.
They didn't get the trade there. You know, like they weren't able to get that trade because as soon as he got the frag, he was out.
Yeah, but there's the 1-for-1 trade there. They did get it. Wizard did. They've given away the position, though, of the T's. Now, they could rotate B side if they actually feel like they are stuck in library, but I think they're going to be pushing this A side, as we do have Ribson coming around through Diggity. He will grab the one there. That was Blue Wow as he comes now onto site. Jay currently sitting at the back of site. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He gets dropped down. That's a big double there. Now, that bomb is going to be planted, and 35 seconds will be all that's left between round number 7 and for both of these teams. The question is, will the boys from yesDAD be able to get onto this site, or will they actually save? This will be very interesting to see where they commit to it. Burkill, huge shot onto Ribson next to Truck. He drops him down like a sack of potatoes. Bomb still ticking away, though. They're not giving up. The boys from Direwolves are sitting on site. Wizard with the first kill. There's the response. Wizard, very well done. 2 kills there. He's the only man remaining, though. 9 kills all for that round, but Direwolves do come out ahead here. What are we going to see from the boys from yesDAD? It looks like we probably will see an eco round here.
Yeah, I think an eco is probably best for them. They might buy a P250s or 5.7s, whatever they take their preference. But certainly with that round just then, I think that was quite amazing. What Direwolves has now done to the psyche of yesDAD.
Yep.
So yesDAD, they didn't rotate early. Even though all of them were on A site, they didn't rotate early. Simply because there was the chance that they were going to go through CT spawn, because they've done that twice already.
Yeah.
They've pushed the CT spawn. So they had Luigi kind of hanging back near Speedway just in case they came, which as a result meant that there was no kind of backup or reinforcements for the people who were kind of stuck on A site. So yeah, that's well played by Direwolves.
Yeah, the boys from Direwolves have actually picked up the first 2 frags. Well, HK picked up the opening AWP frag, and a good Molotov onto Yellow Car picks up the good kill. Ribson, that's a huge double. Strafing around, picks up Burkill. He was just sitting next to the trolley. He gets dropped down. Dance from mids finally starts getting his AK going. Drops down. Now, they're not 100% certain where this bomb is going. They're fairly certain it would be at that B site. They get dropped down anyway. Dance finds Blue out just outside of Boiler Room. Drops him down. Direwolves get their 5th round on the board. And they're looking good. I mean, having a look, Wizard is currently going huge. He's on 12 kills. The boys from yesDAD actually a very even spread of kills. And that's kind of telling you the tale, is that yesDAD, when they're winning these rounds, everyone's getting involved. Direwolves at the moment, though, strategically are looking a bit more sound.
Yeah, definitely. I think that'll be the advantage that they have 100% over yesDAD, is that, you know, Direwolves, they're a team that's been together, that's worked together. I mean, absolutely, they don't have their core 5th, but that being said, they're a smart team and they work well together. Whereas yesDAD, you know, they're unproven, but they're very sharp players, 100%. So.
Yeah, and look, HK, even though Direwolves are missing Sicko at the moment, HK taking up that Resonant AWP, and he's putting it to work. He's getting the open frags. He's causing a lot of havoc for the boys from yesDAD, and slowly this is starting to look like Direwolves may start to pull away just a little bit. But we can't count them out yet. I mean, yesDAD are certainly strong. And once again, HK with that opening AWP shot takes down Roche. And that's what we said. The power of the AWP on Inferno is very strong, because if you get those opening picks, there's a lot of long lines in this particular map. They do find HKJ with the good Famous spam, finds him. That's a very good pickup. They're still working this A site though. They're going to be coming in through. Jay with a big double. Picks up Blackout. Blue Wow from the back of Pit has to be careful about what's coming up. Wizard will grab one. Ribson will grab the return. Dans will grab the other. It's a 3-kill turnaround there. And Luigi is the last player remaining. Looking to get Dans up in Graveyard. Can't do it. That's the 6th round for Direwolves. Starting to, like we said, Parla, starting to show that momentum that Direwolves get up. And look, that was a good start from yesDAD, but the entry onto site, Direwolves just owned it all. Yeah,
look, I mean, what yesDAD were doing then is they had one under hut at Diggity, and then they had one kind of in the Goblin corner at jungle.
Yep.
And they maintain that. Even when the second jungle player rotated round to Carps, or to Pit side, they maintain that position, which is actually, it can be quite a weakness, because as soon as one of those people fall, that's a direct opening into the site.
Yep.
It creates a problem rather than playing quite defensive, which is what they're doing now. You see where I think it's Roche is playing kind of down the defender side.
Yep, and look at that. We've had a very aggressive push from the CTs. Now, the rotate is on, but the Ts don't actually know that the A side stack was happening. Dans picks up J, and now it's only 2 remaining. Now, that bomb is going B side, and they will own it, and we are currently watching Roche. He's got the long distance. Spots up one, spots up the double. Can't actually get the shot. Got a big shot there onto Wizard, but he was not able to drop him down. Roche will no longer be taking part. Blue Wow, the last CT remaining. He's currently just sitting outside of Speedway, inside of CT, inside of Connector. And Blue Wow's going to come face to face with Dans. Will he get the shot? No, he will not. Dans, too strong. Unfortunately, he missed that shot, Blue Wow there. Direwolves get their 7th round with 5 rounds remaining after 10 rounds of play. Direwolves are slow. They're not, I wouldn't say it's a snowball, but I would say that it's currently, it's a slow build. They are building to something. And
it's not a snowball, but it's something rolling down a hill, isn't it?
It's at the top. It's building at the moment.
Yes, gaining a bit of momentum. And this is, look, I said at the beginning, this is what I would have expected had we not seen yesDAD perform quite well. But like Direwolves, you got to give them credit where credit's due. They're a great team. I'm interested to see what happens when yesDAD they find their second win. They find that kind of desire to kind of come back, and they start kind of holding these sites like they did in those first 3 rounds. Those first 3 rounds were good, were solid.
Yeah, Jay will be taking up orphan duties, grabs 2 kicks inside his hit. Although he comes face to face with one, that was Dans. He dropped in on him and just said, "Hey mate, how you going?" HK gets the crossfire there, and once again, the entry into sight is what we're finding at the moment. Is Direwolf's great strength over yesDAD.
This is so doable here. Yeah. The bomb's just outside library. He's picked it up. Luigi can hear him running. He's going to go through the smoke and try and get the kill.
Can he get the pick? Oh, yes, he gets it. Dans will get him down now. He's going to have to go for the plant. 1v1, Burkill versus Dans. Dans is on very low HP. Burkill's got to be very careful. There's the bomb. Where does Dans go? He's going to go to just outside of the library.
He's going to read this, though.
He's got to put himself within earshot, though. Because if he doesn't, all of a sudden Burkill could get a defuse. His biggest advantage is that Burkill has no idea where Dans is. He thinks he's on site, does not realize that Dans is currently walking around past of Boiler. Now, he fakes the defuse, looks library. That is very smart work by Dans. And that is very, very well done play. Dans, he did the right thing. He said, look, I'm just going to walk all the way around. Burkill thought he was on site. When he thought he wasn't on site, he suspected library. Little did he know, Dans made a little bit of a walk, went around, went for a stroll, and put himself in the right position there.
It's a bit of an unusual plant where he planted, because it wasn't sort of outside the lip of the site, which is another thing you can do. You can then play library or you can play jungle side. So he sort of had to come around that other side to get vision. Otherwise, it would have been a really hard peek coming from jungle side. So it's unfortunate, but Dan's played that really well, super low HP, and he definitely deserved that win.
Yeah, he did, and the boys, we actually see the bit of the apartment stack. Dan goes face to face with 2 counter-terrorists. He gets dropped down. He will lose the AK, and that will go over to Luigi, but yesDAD getting a good opening couple of picks there, actually picking up Dans and Wizard. It's now 3 versus 5, and the boys from Direwolves on the back foot here in round number 12. The question is, will they be able to? I don't know what Ribs is
trying to get rid of this AK. I think there's another one on the ground.
I don't want it. I just.
He doesn't want them to get it.
Yeah, so he's trying to chuck it away, and
it's quite cute, really. There he goes. Yay, good show.
Put that away, and so that's very interesting as well, that he's making sure that if he gets picked here, the boys, because they know they're on an eco now, they're very aware of this. So the question is, don't give them the guns, don't even give them a sniff. Burkill spots out 1 on Nana. Whether or not that's going to cause a rotate, we do actually see 3 now coming towards his B bomb site, but that is Blue Wow sitting in Connector. He does not actually commit to this yet, but here they come now. They suspect this B push is on. Ribson can't grab the first kill. He looking for something. HK, the AK spam, though, is very good. He needs to reload quick, otherwise he's going to find himself out of ammo. Luigi picks up HK. Here. He's going to be looking for anything. On site is Roche. He whiffs the shot. Can he do anything? Blackout, last man remaining. Can't do anything. Gets dropped down by
Such a great
Jay.
eco.
In the old yellow generator spot. RIP generator. RIP yellow. We miss you, buddy. But 12 rounds down. Direwolf still in front. But yesDAD certainly could make this an 8 rounds to 7 if they keep that kind of play up.
Jeez, I mean, that round there, that was fantastic eco there for yesDAD. They rotated when they should. They banked on the fact that they believed they were going to commit to B. So they did. They rotated through. And they didn't have armor. That wasn't like a huge buy. It was just pistols.
Yep. And look, even if they did even if they were wrong there on that rotate call, they had 5 members. So it's not as if they couldn't still push the other way. So Roche, though, finds himself in great position just outside of the B bomb site. He actually spots 2 of them, and they didn't even realize he was there. He just poked out and said hello, and drops him down with that M4. Roche, though, going huge. He picked up 3 kills, looking for number 4. Will he get it? No, he will not, because Blue Wow, the crossfire, and actually that was a very sloppy round from Direwolves. That was a full buy-up from them. AKs all abound, and shut down by Roche and Blue Wow there. 5 rounds to 8. 2 rounds remaining. The boys from Direwolves, what kind of buy are they doing here? They're going full buy.
So they're forcing
they're going to force the issue here.
They had a couple of people who had a surplus of money, and so they dropped for the others. But it looks like on the CT side, we've got 2 AWPs. So they're playing dual AWPs this time. One going for a second mid pick, and I think the other one probably playing B.
No, he's at the Nana. That's with Jay, so he's going to be looking for that Nana pick. Luigi does actually get dropped down just a little bit there.
He was a bit lost, and ends up getting taken out by Dance. That was well kind of coordinated there by the Direwolves. Once he smoked that out, he knew that they had to come out of that window, so he just watched it the whole time.
Yeah, he did, and with 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining on this round, Direwolves looking in a good position here. 5 rounds. 5 people alive versus 3 people. Ticking away. They are going to work this A side. However, the bomb is going Nana. Now, the question is whether or not they commit to it. Dans comes out through apartments and finds Roche on the drop. Much like the drop bears of old. Drops him down and takes him out. Burkill will grab one more. Dans. Oh my God. Ribson with a huge shot onto Jay. Burkill gets the response, but it doesn't matter. HK drops him down. He was in the line of the crosshair. Just had to...
I'm surprised he didn't shoot him.
Mouse 1. That's all he needed to do. And Direwolves make him pay 9 rounds to 5. Direwolves looking good at the moment.
Yeah. Jeez.
So we were saying a CT side at half. 10-5 is acceptable the other way around.
Yes,
but
correct.
This is the strength that we said the Direwolves. They are not first seed for no reason. That's something we need to point out, that people may think, oh, what's going on? yesDAD are playing very well. I can't really fault much of their play, but Direwolves are just stronger, and this is their strength as a team that's been together for as long as they have, as we were saying. So the boys from yesDAD need to realistically, this would be a good round to pick up if they could try and make the buffer 3 rather than 5. But the question is, how will they go? Luigi grabbing the first kill. That's a good open frag. Actually played a bit aggressively. Jay from underneath
in the
Diggity.
same spot.
Yeah, he's picked up, Luigi picks up HK as well. And now he finally backs up, and very quickly we've gone from a 5 versus 5 to a 5 versus 2 parlor, and yesDAD looking in control. Luigi comes down to car. Oh my God, the famous spam goes huge. yesDAD pick up the last round of the half. Good halves all around. Direwolves, wow. 4 kills there from Luigi. Single-handedly stopping Direwolves on that B site.
Yeah, I mean that was a crazy round, actually. You know, like the fact that Luigi was able to then take advantage of that position twice. He got up on top of the hay cart or the barrel cart.
Yep.
And was able to shoot over the top. Normally, that means immediately, if you've got teammates with you at Nana, they're going to spam that spot, and they should clear you out, or you should just fall. But he was able to take advantage, kill HK again, kill the next player again. So, yeah, geez.
Luigi did a good job, though. He actually dropped off of the cart and dropped back into sight.
Yes, once he got that second kill,
and when he realized they weren't coming aggressively after him, he then relocated back forward, and Very lucky for him. As soon as he strafes out through car, spots 2, let's rip with a spam, and there you go, 4 down. Now we do have a bit of a tactical pause here coming from the boys. So whilst let's go through the scores for you at the moment. The boys from Direwolves other than Blackout. Blackout's only got 5 kills. Everyone else is currently over that the double-digit mark. So 14 for Wizard, 13 for Dans, 12 HK, Ribson on 11. On the other side of the fence, yesDAD. And we have 14 kills for Luigi, and very, very deservedly so. 10 kills for Roche. 7 for Burkill, 9 for Jay, and Blue Wow has got 4 as well. But quite a few assists on Blue Wow, so he's done quite a. He's part of the kill participation, but just not being able to finish it off. Anyway, the boys unpausing. We're going to be going live for the second half here. Direwolves now on their defensive half parlor. Arguably, this will be easier for them. yesDAD could surprise us though. They have done it. And they are very strong.
Yeah, look, I think yesDAD are going to have to play some real random Counter-Strike right now. I think, and the reason I say random is just because they're not going to be using set plays just because they haven't played together as long.
Yep.
I imagine that their one advantage in this particular matchup right now is to surprise Direwolves, to really kind of do something quite different.
What would you like to see as something different? What do you reckon they should be doing? Like, what do you reckon could surprise Direwolves right now?
Surprising would be, total aggression, not B-side aggression. I think they need to play aggression in A.
Yep.
They need to get some like smoke off certain areas such as like arches and library, but like kind of utilize the carpet area as well. So you sort of get like a big blanket on A side. I think that'd be quite.
Maybe aim for some mid control, own that
definitely,
area.
Yeah. So like they're coming up mid right now, and I think that's what they're going to need to do. Control diggity, but
Yeah, and here they come, though. They've swapped off the B site, and in they come into A, but Direwolves are waiting for the Wizard from on top of balcony. Grabs one, but those dual elites are not as accurate as they would like to be. That is going to be the bomb planted. Yes, it is, and that's very good work from yesDAD to get that down. Jay with his big double, and Ribs, he's dropped down. HK, the last man remaining, and he's got 3 to beat. He's on very low HP. To be honest, on the other side, yesDAD are also on some low HP, but he's got a lot to do. Can he get anything? Oh, he got some binkage, but Burkill, they all strafed out at the same time and said, enough is enough, we'll drop him down. Yeah. Burkill grabs the kills, yesDAD picking up first round.
Look, so what I want to see right now, and this is not advisable, but what I would want to see right now is I want to see. Don't try this at home.
Yep.
I think yesDAD need to play quite aggressive, even on their buy run. So they know that these guys are gonna have pistols, and they know that they're going to be playing aggressive.
Yep.
But they need to hit back with aggression. They need to do counter to what the current thought is. Because if they play super defensive like this, they're just going to give Direwolves the strategic advantage again. Like Direwolves are going to have time to regroup, to work out what it is they want to do. Like now HK is going to get more information at middle.
I'd like to see a good old P90 rush just up second mid. Why not? They have the aggression. They change it up. Do something. But Luigi will actually pick up the first kill there. The MP7 going to work. Picks up HK, the scouter. So that's a good pickup. There's no more long distance pressure there. He actually grabs a second kill. That was Wizard up in apartments, and they are working with A-side. Once again, looking at grabbing their 8th round and closing that gap between yesDAD and Direwolves. Blackout coming down through Nana. Looks for a kill. Can't grab one. Dans and Ribs and both go big, picking up 1 kill apiece. Dans picks up the second. He's currently sitting in pit, and he's got 2 to beat. Burkill is on site.
He can do this.
That is not... The bomb is dropped, but not planted. So, Blue Wow... Low HP. He's on full HP, sorry. Burkill will actually be coming through apartments. Dan's now forced to reload. Gets 1. He knows he's only got 1 more to beat, so he doesn't have to rush this here. There's the bomb plant. He's going to strafe himself out. Comes out on truck. Can he get the kill? Yes, he can. The 2v1 clutch. Dans goes huge. Sydney boy, actually. Got to cast him last week at the Battle for Sydney. We'll get the defuse. Bit of teabagging action. Why not? There's the defuse. And Direwolves pick up round number 10. There it is. 7 rounds to 10 Direwolves. And unfortunately for the boys from yesDAD, that's like we said, Direwolves are not only a strong team, but individually they have some great fraggers. Absolutely. And Dan's showing that right there.
Yeah, I played with Dan's at LAN, and he's such an intelligent player. The way he plays things, it's like percentage plays. You know, he does whatever he feels is like going to give him the most strategically beneficial thing. Whereas other people are far more instinctual. They just kind of do whatever feels right.
Yep.
But no, he's a great player, and I think that round there they gave Direwolves the opportunity to do that. They gave Direwolves the opportunity to play intelligently.
Yep. And unfortunately, yeah, like you said, maybe the aggression makes them have to force work on instinct, as they actually did a bit of a Tech 9, a mixed Tech 9 and PT50 rush here up through Nana onto B. They've successfully been able to get that bomb planted, and Direwolves now on the back foot, having to play reactionary, not with the initiative, as it were. Bomb ticking away now. Still time workable. Luigi with that Tech 9 is able to get one, but he gets dropped down. That's Wizard picking up the double in response. Also picks up Blue Wow for his travel. Oh, he picks the defuser. It is Roche versus Wizard. Who's going to come out on top right now? They're pinking each other hardcore. Roche is, he wants the knife. Does he want the knife kill? Doesn't matter. The bomb. That was exactly right. He binked the defuser. Bomb goes boom, and yesDAD grabbed the round. Very well done. I think it's actually probably one of the first explosions that we've seen for this game, actually.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah, we've seen the defusers, but the first time we've seen that C4 explode. And Direwolves, look, you're still in front, but yesDAD not letting them get out onto that roll.
Yeah, yesDAD definitely coming back. I mean, that's these past 2 rounds they've been playing with some more aggression, which has been good to see. I mean, not so much the round before, but you know, that round there, they played with aggression, and it was Direwolves actually collapsed underneath it. That was a Tech 9 rush. Direwolves collapsed. So I really think that you know, these guys are sharp enough that if they push hard, they'll actually be able to get frags. As long as they keep trading, they'll be fine. Yeah,
and that is one of the things they have to trade well. Is that they can't just allow maybe 1-for-1s. They need to try and get those 2-for-1s. You know, need to try and get a bit more of those picks, open up a bomb site. And once, like, what happened there, they all pushed hard, but as soon as they realized they got the 2 picks, they went straight for site, put it down, and then the focus became on picking that defuser. And they got it. Roche got the defuser, and they get the bomb for it.
Really
so Blue Out grabbing the first kill. Again, working this Nana side. There are 3 there. Actually 4 there at the moment. 1 is currently, that's Jay. He's currently working on the A side at the moment. Just trying to maybe cause that maybe doubt in their mind of where they go, but here they come again once again onto this B-bomb site. There goes the defensive molly. Just trying to smoke out, sorry, the offensive, trying to smoke out any of those side positions. Blackout, looking for 1, can't get it. Wizard grabbed 1, but then they grabbed 3 in response, and that's a great trade. Dans, the clutch master, can he get it again? Grabs 1, he did get the bomb planter, but the crossfire from Roche, too good there. yesDAD picking up their 9th round. And look, they're only 1 round away. And yesDAD actually looking very good on offense here. Very surprising. So the boys from Direwolves, though, are going to be forced onto that eco once again. So this, you would think, would be round number 10 for yesDAD.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing really well. You know, these past couple of rounds, they've been getting picks, they've been getting trades. So it's kind of been working just basics. Like, basics are what's working at the moment against Direwolves. Bit of an interesting position here from Blackout. Bit bold. But he's going to be able to get the kill with it.
He'll actually pick up his gun as well. For a little bit of a trophy there for his eco round. Picks up the AK and says, I'll put this to use, don't worry about that. But he did very well. He didn't peek early. He's like, I'm just going to wait here. No.
He waited for his teammate to come around and peek the corner.
Yeah, exactly. And he just waited there, make sure that if he was going to peek out, he knew where he was and could actually drop him down. And Burkill will no longer be in this particular round. 1 minute now on the clock for yesDAD to really make a move on somewhere. And they're kind of lining up for this A side here. We have 1 just outside of apartment, 2nd mid, just in the, and 2 in the mid area as well. So looking like they want to go A side. Whether or not they go jungle or diggity, we'll see how they smoke this one off. And they are going to go directly into diggity, and they grab the first kill. Wizard from behind truck grabs 1, but Blue Wow grabs 2 big return kills. That's very, very good. Jay will pick up Dans. He was on the middle of sight, and just like that, it is Ribson and Blackout are the last 2 remaining. Blackout will strafe around just next to Diggity, picks out 1, spots the man over in pit, but that bomb is now ticking away. Luigi, too strong with that. Or over in Graveyard looking for 1 more, and Blackout is going to have to run away and save that AK parlor. That is very well done by yesDAD.
Look, I mean, I think it was Blue Wow. It could have been Blue Wow or Jay. His entries into Diggity were so on point. His crosshair placement was perfect.
Pretty sure
they put
Blue
that.
Wow,
yeah, they put that smoke grenade down at Diggity, and there was the kind of the one-way smoke kill from balcony. But it didn't matter. He knew exactly where he needed to aim. He shot through, and then he already had his crosshair lined up for the guy behind truck. So No, really impressive. As I said before, it's basic Counter-Strike, but you'd be so surprised how often people don't obey the simple principles.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like, at the end of the day, you need to be able to aim.
Yeah,
you have to be able to aim. Like,
and all of these guys are good. I'm not saying that they're not
exactly.
sharp players, but it's just like those little things. If you can get entry fraggers on your team, and that's what's winning. That's what kind of is giving yesDAD the momentum here. It's not crazy, amazing strategy. It's entry fragging.
See, and that's the thing, right? Entry fragging is actually one of these underappreciated things at the moment, I feel, is that people always look at stats. You know, they look at entry fraggers and go, oh, how many deaths do they have? But you don't actually understand the point of an entry fragger is more than just the opening frag, which you obviously want, but there's information that needs to be gathered as well. And if that information does allow your team to get in as well, then all the more merrier. Now, Direwolves, obviously, you would think that, strategy-wise, from their attacking point of view, it is very important. But from a defensive point of view, if you are getting outshot, because technically the advantage comes with the terrorist, because you don't know when they're coming out. If you are just a second behind, it can be the difference between being alive and that round going there. So there's the good smoke, putting out that molly on jungle side. As Roche is going to be pushing around there, trying to see if he can get a pick. Bomb working this A side once again. Wizard's going to put out a very good incendiary grenade. That does give away his position. He does pick up one for it. That was blue. Wow. There's the second from Wizard, but Roche coming around past of Library grabs one. Here he comes. He's going to continue to push in.
2v2 here.
Roche and Jay versus Ribson and Blackout. Bomb ticking away. So the boys from yesDAD have got it. They're looking at clawing back the lead for the first time since round number 6. They were in front. Jay spots one. You have to be careful. He doesn't know if the second one is there. He spots him now. Drops him down. And it's 1 versus 2. Blackout. He will get the big 2v1 clutch. He was on low HP. He has the no kit, but doesn't matter. 3 big kills from Blackout. Wow, you'd think that could have been yesDAD's round to win there, but Blackout, as we said, individual skill, yesDAD has it, but so does Direwolves. They have some great riflers. Dan showed it before. Blackout now showed it now. Picks up the AWP for his side, and just like that, Direwolves keep a hold of that lead. yesDAD nearly clawed it back, but we're closing in on the late game here, Parla, and Direwolves and yesDAD. yesDAD actually ruffling quite a few feathers here, I have to say. If they were to pick up Direwolves in round number 1, that is a huge upset.
Yeah, definitely. And HK with a quick pick, they push down mid. So they're going for this, the Direwolves are going for aggression, which has totally shut down their kind of Nana stack, which is what they've been doing. They've been putting 3 or 4 in Nana and just sitting there at the very beginning of the round. Completely read that properly and as soon as they saw the bomb drop, they're like, I think that's actually one of the big things you said, that they played aggressively, which Direwolves have not actually done on their defensive half. Their actual holds are not actually that they're not aggressive. Not at all.
They like to sit back in sites and play defensively, and they said, look, let's try and seize the initiative, let's push forward, let's make yesDAD accountable. And that's the thing, they're getting too far up the map too easily. And here we go once again, HK up in apartments, grabs one, he does get binked in return. That's a very good return shot, I've got to say. He's very lucky to be alive. But just like that, they've read this apartment very well. Here comes the rotate, the pincer maneuver, they are closing in on yesDAD. Ribson grabs the one, Burkill, there's the return. There's only one remaining, it is blue. Wow, he's just outside of Boiler. He's no longer alive though, because Blackout, once again, going big with the double, drops him down 13 rounds to 10. And I don't know what's actually happened to Direwolves in the past 2 rounds. They're like, stuff this. Let's take, I think maybe they were feeling too pressured and said, we need to change something, and it's worked.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely made a change. HK has been playing quite aggressive with the AWP. First round, well, the round just before that round there, they did that aggressive mid, and he was there. He got the first pick as well. In that round, he went second mid. So, I think they're floating the AWP. They're trying to get early picks and kind of just throw yesDAD off kilter, which is what yesDAD should be trying to do with Direwolves. They should be playing to their strength, which is purely just their aim and their kind of crazy behavior. So.
Well, it has been working. I'll give it to them. It is working for them. They have actually got 4 rounds on their offensive half. Direwolves, though, did have that. They did have a bit of that. They had that 4-round buffer, though. They were,
exactly.
And this has given a bit of that time to kind of reconfigure their defense, right? They've had a chance now to actually see, right, well, this is what they're doing. How do we combat this? And let's try and do something. And now, once again, we see the boys from Direwolves splitting back. They're taking their defensive hold position, but they've realized that the boys from yesDAD weren't that far up, and because of that, that's why they feel like they can do it. Blackout grabs the first kill. That was onto Roche just over at Nana. And once again, that A bomb site is under attack, but that's a good defensive molly. Blue Wow finds himself underneath Diggity, and he cannot go anywhere until they get cleared. HK, though, with a great shot down Speedway. Blue Wow gets the return frag, so they're trading very well here. 3 for 3. Luigi grabs one. Wizard looking for the double kill. Can't grab it. There's going to be the bomb plant now, and it is going to be a 2 versus 2. Burkill and Luigi versus HK and Ribson, but it is going to be the low HP. Ooh, Luigi does very well. Ribson, though, is going to be very careful. He will let rip with that incendiary grenade.
That's getting, he's burning.
Yeah, he's getting Luigi.
2018, he's going to die. He died from that Molotov.
Yes, he is. I don't know why.
He couldn't get out.
Yeah, he either said, maybe he'll push me. Oh, Ribson.
He missed him. He missed him.
Turn around, Ribson. Oh, no. He saw him. He was just poked out. He must have. To his credit, he was moving as he strafed. So maybe he just, out of the corner of his eye, just missed it. But unfortunately, for Direwolves, that's going to be around to yesDAD. But the silver lining, once again, only one player remaining for yesDAD. This is a very critical round. If they lose, they have to eco next round. If Direwolves can pick this one up, 14 rounds to 11. However, they are in the eco here, Paula.
Yeah, this will be a hard one for Direwolves to win, I think. This round.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that round just then, I'm still shocked. That Molotov was so effective, and
I think he must have been thinking either I die here and maybe he pushes with the Molotov, or I strafe out and I die anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think he went back side to try and find some nice ground, but couldn't find it, and so you could just see him through X-ray, just like sort of ducking back and forth,
like, oh, I don't know, is it here?
Ow.
Here. Yeah. Wizard is the last man remaining. This is going to be around to yesDAD. They've got the bomb plant. Wizard looking for some big deagle kills, maybe a 1 dig coming around the corner, hopefully. But Wizard picking up
He's
1
kill. He's going to get shot in the head.
Yeah, but here's the thing, any kills he can get here is good for his side. Any kills you can get on an eco round is what you want to see. No, Luigi says none of that. He drops him down. But any frags you can get on an eco round, though, that's what you want. You want to make sure that if they're going to get the round, they don't get it as easily as possible. But this one's coming down to the wire, Parla. We've got 5 rounds remaining.
Really is.
Only 1 separate us between. There is no ties. We're going to be going to overtime if it gets that far. But Direwolves are being tested right now. And yesDAD, they're finding some answers.
Yeah, no, yesDAD, they're starting to play a little bit more kind of, I think crazy. It's unconventional, some of their holds and some of their, like where they're planting the bomb and the way that they're holding bomb sites as well post-plant. It's really cool. Like it's.
I think you're right. You've got to throw off Direwolves. I mean, that's how they've kept themselves in this game, by doing stuff that they wouldn't normally expect. And I think that's their individual aim is making up for the lack of a playbook, I guess you could call it, of those offensive strategies. And so, and that's fine.
I don't really recall them planting default ever, on A side at least. I have no memory of that.
You have no memory. And it's most likely so they're going to smoke up jungle side here, most likely push through. Dan's is going to no, they're pushing through. No, they're going to push through Diggity side here, and Dan's is going to be waiting on site. He does have one there. There comes the rotate, though. How many frags can they get? Oh, big pickup by Wizard. Picks up 1, 2. He's picked up the bomb planter as well. Dan's is going to be jumping up. Wizard with 3 kills. He has single-handedly stopped yesDAD from coming in here. They do have the bomb, however. Luigi doesn't check mid. Blackout comes round through Nana, and very well done. Drops him down 14 rounds to 12. yesDAD. Like we said, it's this gradual build-up from Direwolves. yesDAD are keeping them in check, though, I've got to say. They're keeping them there, but Direwolves, look, I don't know, they're looking very, very good at the moment. Yeah,
I mean that previous round there, they knew that Wizard was playing Darkwing, but he's always been playing Darkwing this whole time. But they thought that he wouldn't be able to shoot them in that smoke. Like it's sort of a bit of a sneaky smoke plan.
And once again, sorry to interrupt you here, Parla, but they're coming up through Nana, and they're just getting absolutely wrecked. And that's a very quick pickup from Direwolves, and it is now a match point here between Direwolves and yesDAD. Honestly, I didn't think they'd come this close to 16-12. It's not over yet. It's not over till the fat lady sings, and she don't sing until around hit 16 in the case of regulation. But overtime, she may have to wait. But say that, yesDAD are not done yet. They certainly can get back into this one. They are, however... Sorry, I've just looked at their guns on the Eco. Yeah,
it's going to be hard for them. They've got armor, so that's definitely going to be a bit of a boon, and that could level it out. But
yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's not the start they needed. Dan picks up the first. They are trading here, which is good. They've actually traded 2 for 2. Make that 3 for 2. They're actually, no, sorry, still 2 for 2. Sorry. And HK picks up 1. He's looking for the other. That's a big, and there's the GGs. And unfortunately, they had a bit of a gamble there on. They actually had a bit of a gamble towards the